Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so for anybody who's new here, just a quick recap, I am doing a series of live streams on my Facebook page, so if you haven't followed me on Facebook already, go ahead and do that so you don't miss the next one. Basically every Tuesday evening I'm going live and I'm playing songs that I've written from prompts that people have given me the week before. So each Tuesday I ask for certain prompts, people give me the prompts, that week I work on them, and then Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. I go live and I show them the songs that I have created and I give them the next category of prompts for the next week's challenge. So this week I asked for chord progressions, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise that I am wearing the same makeup that was at the end of the last video that I did for the behind the scenes of last week's live stream, and that's because, well, it's the same day that I recorded those last bits. It's Friday, so I thought I might as well turn the camera on for a bit longer and do some work on this week's challenge and just sort of introduce it to you. I've got 4 prompts so far. I'm going to do some more sharing around and see if I can get some more prompts. But I've already got quite a few interesting chord progressions. I wanted to do the chord progressions one because a lot of us songwriters can get stuck in a bit of a rut of using the same chord progressions over and over again. I know I do. I have favourites that I go to on a regular basis. They just naturally come to me. And I think that it's quite hard to get out of those ruts on your own. So sometimes getting people to just suggest completely random chord progressions you never would have thought of yourself helps you to explore some different styles and stuff. Like I've got chords that, because I am not the best guitarist, I really struggle with the fancy diminished style chords, because a lot of them, they're bar chords and they can involve stretching your fingers quite far apart from each other. Some of them I've tried and I physically just cannot get my hand to stretch far enough sometimes to make them. It's going to take a lot more practice and a lot more grip strength, but eventually I'll get there. And I thought that this would be a good way to practice some new chords, because I've gotten ones with some tricky different chords that I've never used before and I quite like them. So you may find new chords popping up in my music because of this. But also I thought it would be fun because obviously I have non-musical people who follow me on my social media, and I wanted them to suggest some chord progressions by literally just getting some basic instructions that they go A to G and they can be major or minor. I left out the sharps and the flats thing and forgot about that, but I've decided it's too complicated to explain to people, so we'll let people just go with the really basics of A to G, major or minor. And I thought that I'd probably get some really interesting chord progressions from that, because they won't know what chords go together. They won't know what chords are in the same key. So they'll give you things where you're going to end up with a random key change in it. And that's possible. Obviously, any chord combination technically is possible. It's just, it might not sound very good. So that would give me the challenge of taking chord progressions that shouldn't work and trying to find a way to make them work. And I've actually got one of those for the first one, and I'm just going to show you the chord progression first. It's B minor, E major, C major, D minor. Okay, so that works, even that works, and then that just gets confusing. The combination of all 4 of them together just gets confusing, but I think I've found a way to make it work. I can't remember how this went now. Now I don't think about what could have been, or what I should have said. It's gonna go to there next, and I just have to work out exactly what the verse is gonna sound like. The verses are gonna be like. I've got some other chord progressions too. I've got this one. I haven't done anything with this one yet. That's very me though. We're having that chord progression go with it. Where have I put my pen? Where have I put it? Am I sat on it? Sometimes I'm sat on something when I'm looking for it. I'm not sat on it. Pen, where are you? My laptop sat on it. My laptop's about to die, so we'll have to pick this back up. But I'm liking what we've got there. That chord progression, again, is completely different from anything I would ever use, but it's very me still. Like, it's gonna suit. Yeah, I can definitely do something with that. We're back, it's the evening. I'm gonna play around with that chord progression a bit more. You're honest and told me how it is. No, I can't come. I got a kind of thing. I got a kind of it's okay. Lying, lying, why are you lying? Do you think it's what I wanna hear? Okay, I reckon I got a good start on that one. So, this next one, I've had a look at these chords because they're chords I'm not familiar with. It's D6, and then F sharp minor 7, C sharp minor 7, and then A sus4, which I've decided I'm going to play this version of because I like that better than the lower version. So I think I'm going to arpeggiate them. Arpeggiate's a word, isn't it? I'm going to make them on arpeggio. For the non-musical people among us, an arpeggio is when you take a chord and you break it up into its individual notes in some way. So anything where they're playing each note of a chord separately is an arpeggio, and they can be things like, or things like. All those are technically some form of arpeggio, and they're quite often used in the rhythm, not the rhythm, in the counter melodies, in what's the word I'm looking for? In the accompaniment. So not like the accompaniment. So not like the main melody, but the stuff that's going on around it that isn't the drums and the bass. I'm gonna come back to that one. My mate Lucy gave me like the simplest chord progression ever. She gave me literally the 4 chord progression of C, G, A minor, F, which is actually almost more challenging than some of the others, because now with a chord, because for those of you who don't know, 4 chord songs are songs written with that sort of chord progression. It's one of the most commonly used. It's like one of the classics. You can play a lot of pop songs just by knowing those 4 chords. So it's hard to then find something new to do it, especially on the guitar, because pretty much every combination of things has been done already. So this is actually quite tricky. I knew this one was going to be more challenging than the lyric one. Bird out the window seems to be having a lot of fun out there. It's dark. Why are you chirping when it's dark? You're meant to chirp at dawn, you morons. They're having more success with their music than me. I knew this one was going to be harder though, so I'm going to have to go away and give these two a big think and come back. Okay, so hi guys, we're back. It's Sunday. I haven't had any more prompts, so we've only got the 4 chord progressions to go with, and because of that, I'm thinking of revisiting some. Like I've got one finished song that isn't very long, and I don't feel like lengthening it because I think I like it as it is, and I'd just be lengthening it for the sake of lengthening it. So we don't have a huge amount of content at the moment, so we're going back to the drawing board because I've got one finished song and I've got 3 songs that are the beginnings of songs. We need more than that. We need more content. That's not enough for the live stream as far as I'm concerned. We had 6 songs last week, 3 of which were quite short. So I want to revisit some of the chord progressions I've already got, because I don't think there's anything wrong with using the same prompt to write 2 songs. So to make it a bit different, I'm gonna capo the guitar. For those of you who don't know, if you stick a capo somewhere on a guitar, it basically just changes the key of the song. So the chords that would have been D minor in this case in in one position on the guitar. It'll now be technically a different chord, so it's a different chord progression, but it's essentially the same progression, just in a different key, really. Like, that's how music works. You can move melodies and progressions and bass parts and counter melodies and all of this stuff that we have. You can move it up and down into a different key, and it's basically the same song, just sung a bit higher or a bit lower. It's alright. It's a bit similar to, like, it's still sounding quite jazzy. Nothing's calling out to me there. Let's try it on the 3rd fret. Quite like that. Let's write that down because I like that. Where did I put? There's the pen. But somehow, but. I know I should listen, but I can't help myself. You say you mean well. I think we're gonna get a full song out of that one. I'm pretty happy with that. My D6 chord progression. I think I'm gonna have another look at that one and see if we can do something else with that. But I feel like this chord progression is gonna make a nice, pretty gentle love song. So. You reach out so naturally. I like that. I think the B-7 is gonna be what goes with it. So comfortable. It's how it's meant to be. So comfortable, it's how it's meant to be. Okay, I think we can make something of that as well. So I'm gonna go away now and I'm gonna work on them. I'm gonna work on some more lyrics and just finish off the ones that I can finish off. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday, I guess. I say that like you're gonna see this before Tuesday. This is gonna go up after Tuesday. I will have seen you guys on Tuesday. Anyway. Leave a signal or a call, leave a letter or just a note, something to explain. If you just go, then I won't call. I need closure or some hope, and then I'll see you again. Let me know that you'll come back. Tell me now if that is that. Look over your shoulder. Remember that I'm still here. Breathe and deep, let it go. made for me, and that makes it easy. Yeah, you make it easy for me. You make it so easy to breathe. It feels so natural. It feels so comfortable. You give me just what I need, and it comes easy. You let me follow, let me lead, and that makes it easy. Yeah, you make it easy for me. You make it so easy to breathe. It feels so natural. It feels so comfortable. You make it easier for me to just be. Yeah, you make it so easy to breathe. Natural. Feels so comfortable. Feels so easy. It feels so natural. It feels so comfortable. That still needs a bit more work in like the lyrics and this. I want to add something else to the end of the chorus, I think. Like I like how the chorus is so far, but I feel like there's something missing at the end of it. All of the songs that I've done this week, I really quite like how they've started out, and a couple of them are almost there, I think, and just need a bit of work. But this one, I think some form of this is going to come out in the future. I don't know when, and I don't know what it's going to sound like exactly, but there are large sections of this that I want to change up, but there are things about it that I really love, and there are other things about it that I find really boring, and it needs something else. It needs work. It's got potential, but it's not there yet, so... You were the person I turned to first. Of all my decisions, that was the worst. You walked away, 'cause that's my curse. Should know better, don't mean it don't hurt. I used to cry when I heard your name and replay all my moves like some sort of game. Should know better, you never change. See
known it was fate.